All right, here we go. From Pump 101 podcast, and we're backed by Product One, Health and Performance, Victor Motorsport, Battle Tested, Uncommon Peaks, and Token Choke Challenge, Manfrey. Make sure to go all the who sponsor us and go all their sites and get all the gear and get all the supplements and shirts and everything to support everybody out there that are really pushing and driving this podcast. So, give us a little introduction, your name, where you're from, and who you are.
My name's Carri. I am from originally Kansas City, Missouri, currently living in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Been out here for about 11 years now. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So, as I was going on your page for Instagram, and I was seeing you do like a lot of for coaching wise, transformations and stuff like that. The one thing I did see about it is when I looked on there, I seen the girl that lost a lot of weight, and that was amazing. So, how did you set all that up for her to become successful in what she's done so far? I think a lot of people would really want to know that.
Yeah, I mean, she's actually just a nutrition client of mine. So she does her own like fitness thing. She was big into CrossFit and stuff on her own.
Mhm.
So she definitely has like kind of my training mentality as it is anyway. But she's busy. She's a nurse. She's a mom of three. She's like constantly on the go and stuff. And she just couldn't figure out like what she was doing, all this hard work and whatnot. She couldn't really figure out how she wasn't where she wanted to be with her body. So instantly I knew it had to be nutrition, of course. So I kind of just had a conversation with her and was like, what do you eat? How is that going? Blah, blah, blah. And she was like most people under eating.
Mhm.
So I just kind of had her go over her, track her diet for a good week or whatever, break it down from there, and just kind of showed her that basically you just need to ramp it up. And of course, like everybody else in the world just thinks that's crazy. But once they do it, she's stoked. She's every week. She's just coming to me on Sundays, like super excited. So
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing because a lot of times in the transformation, a lot of people don't like doing the work. They like just, doing a little bit of it and then they just let it go because the kids get in the way or the family and everything else. And
yeah.
a lot of people are not committed with all that and everything. And I believe, longevity is key, right, to the successful of your body. You want to make sure you stay out of the hospital as much as possible. And I know a lot of people.
Wait, what happened? Babe, I don't know what happened. There we go. Okay,
No,
sorry.
you're fine. You're good. No, you're good. You're good. But like I said, I mean, if you haven't seen, I mean, you've seen Dana White. I don't know if for UFC president, he
Yep.
said something about he rather not go to the doctor anymore about his just his health wise. So he listens to other coaches and everything, and a biologist that actually does with the body and everything and sequence. So he's not in anymore. He doesn't have to take any of these pills anymore for his blood pressure and everything. So I know people that actually do that also, and people that actually don't take any more pills and they actually have the health better. I'm gonna ask you this question on this one. A lot of times, do clients come to you and maybe you're not a doctor or anything, but do they come to you and they say, "Hey, my blood pressure's real high," or this, and I want to lower it a little bit by doing this kind of workout, and I want you to figure it out and help me out.
Um, Maybe not blood pressure for me personally. I get a lot more. I do have some clients that have like health issues, whether
Hmm.
it be like hormonal. Hormonal is one thing that I myself have experienced a lot of issues with that. So I like to take those clients on because I know what it's like to kind of go through that lost and how detrimental it can be. Honestly, like how much worse you can make your body thinking you're doing the right things. Um, Even doing the fitness, doing the nutrition that I thought was healthy at the time, and then come to find out I'm causing my body to get worse. And my health to get worse. But I haven't really had a whole lot with like the blood pressure part. But definitely they're like, oh, well, this is what thyroid issues or whatever. This is what I'm having.
Hmm.
What do I do? And like just automatically like, you're supposed to know all of this. And I'm like, well, not really,
What's
but
a
yes,
good
figure it out.
what's a good successful story that you could say, not just blood pressure, but in general, of the people that really, gave you a successful story about, hey, my health is this way and 10 times better. Thank you for doing this.
So I've had a lot of my clients actually just they might have just not really any, I guess, real like disease or anything crazy
Hmm.
like that. But definitely just in a poor state of just health because of their nutrition, thinking that they're doing the right thing, whether it's under eating or doing a certain diet that just doesn't like serve their body, um, or what have you. So honestly, um, I've just it's the craziest thing, but it's the smallest things that you tweak in someone's diet that makes
Hmm.
all the difference.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, it takes no time, but like they, as soon as they start seeing that you're not crazy and like what you're saying is actually helping, it's like, yeah, they don't ever go back, and it's awesome to see that. So,
So on the past, we'll go towards the back a little more. So we talked a little about that and the coaching and everything, getting the clients and everything. I want to talk about what got you into this coaching and starting this business to really um, push you into the right direction and love what you do.
I would say definitely my personal experience is what pushed me really to the coaching part of it. So I work, my day job is actually in property management. So I'm a property manager of apartment complex. So it's totally different. But I actually didn't start working out myself until I was like 26. I mean, growing up in high school, I was super quiet, super like timid. So I didn't even really play sports at all. So I was not athletic. I was from a really small town that really had nothing. I mean, I think we had, for girls, I think we had softball, basketball, like cheerleading. That was pretty much it.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was just a little nerd in high school instead. So yeah, when I was 26, I was out here in North Carolina actually, and my husband at the time had been talking like wanting to go back and go start working out and whatnot, and I was terrified. At that time, the only gym here was Gold's Gym. And I'm thinking, oh, like Gold's Gym was like the one bodybuilding gym, like
Mhm.
super like intimidating, especially for somebody that doesn't work out. I've never worked out a day in my life. So I reluctantly went with him. And I think it took me about like a week, and I was like hooked. As soon as I started like figuring out what I was doing in there, and of course using social media to like just watch people and just kind of like see what they would do, is really how I've learned, I guess, not self-taught, but like watch stuff on Instagram, and just would do my cardio watching people in the gym just to see, and that's kind of how
Mhm.
I learned, and I got addicted, and I got addicted real quick. So
That's good. No, that's really good because a lot of people don't, they don't go towards that direction to get addicted to something that they want to make as a more in the hobby, right? They
yeah.
wanted to they want to just make it like, all right, let's go to the gym, but I'm not going to make anything of it. They just don't get hooked like you got hooked. And it's great because you've seen your transformation. I've seen, you look great, your transformations and everything. And then from before to now, and that's amazing. Congratulations on that also. I'm really, with and plus with on the same side, you're actually doing men too. I've seen the transformation with the men you're doing also for coaching and
Yep.
everything. So to really dial in, you have like a certain regimens you do yourself before you give to your clients to try. That's what I was curious about too.
So I don't do like a certain regimen. So I guess
Hmm.
really what I'm super passionate about, not only like trying to make people just healthier, but functional fitness and functional nutrition is kind of like my go-to. Like that is my where I fall in love with everything because I really do like it goes hand in hand for me. And I mean, you can't out train a bad diet type thing. That's always kind of been something I've um, just been just reminded of all the time. Um, and so I get like I feel like a lot of CrossFit style or functional fitness style people that like want to try that kind of thing definitely gravitate towards me because that's just the way I like to work out. Um, and I guess just by trying it with some people, because all my clients so far have came to me wanting to try that, and so I try it with them, and I'm like, just let me know if something's too much or whatever, and test the waters. And they all like, I've not had one client that comes back with like negative feedback yet. Like they all seem to love it, um, and find great results. So I mean, can't beat that. So
No, that's amazing. That's amazing because a lot of people out there that with nutrition and everything, and then with their workouts, I know a lot of people that coaching wise that go direct towards what you're talking about. So it's amazing because you want to get more clients, and the more you do it is you don't get as many negative feedback back at all, but you get more positive feedback back. And that's amazing because that gives you more reviews. You could push and drive this to the right direction and be better. And the reason why I was asking about do you try it before you give it to your clients is I have coaches on here that that sponsors podcasts, and Phil Duror, he's does battle tested, and he tries his strength conditioning stuff that he does before he gives it to the UFC fighters to try, before he gives it to other people to try also. So, and top, other people. But that's why I was asking because a lot of times when you tweak certain bodies in a certain way, in the motion wise and everything, it's very beneficial to do that because then it drives you into a deeper thinking of that muscle to make sure you can get it stronger and better and not stay as weak. So that's very cool to see. Um, and also you are it looks like you are taking on clients now. Am I
yes,
right?
yep.
Okay, so anybody out there that is listening to this podcast, this is worldwide, so make sure that to reach out to her, and she will and message her about what you want to do, and then she'll explain to you what you should do and tweak everything. So it's gonna be very cool to hear that and see that. So I have had people that message me, just so you're aware, that have got, and I didn't know. I don't even ask anybody when they come on the podcast or anything. So I have had people message me and they say, Mike, I'm getting tons of messages. They said, that's cool, that's great. And I had a couple people that actually got some people from the UK,
Oh wow,
first time ever. So it was really cool to see that.
that is
So
cool.
don't be surprised if you get somebody from anywhere around the world right now.
Wow,
So it's gonna
that'd
be
be
really cool
amazing.
to see.
Yeah.
And also I want to ask you, do you work out with your partner now or friends, or how do you do this to motivate you into the right direction and to keep driving you to push to the extra edge in your life?
So I'm an early morning um fitness nerd. So I like first thing in the morning. My boyfriend's definitely the same way. So it does help having that for sure. So on the days he doesn't want to get up, I'm there to kick his ass to get him up and vice versa. So that's nice. We don't always work together, but we always, when we do work together, I will say our workouts are 10 times better. And I'm always like kicking myself in the best way possible. Um, so it does. It helps having him here. But honestly, I we go to the I mean we go to the gym anytime between like 3 and 4 in the morning. He sometimes goes at 2 because he's crazy. But so we have those like diehard gym people that I mean they're there every day. So if I don't show up, I hear about it. So, and that's one of my favorite things. You know, you have that gym family, those gym people that keep you accountable.
Hmm.
So, and I am definitely one of those people that I practice, I try anyway, in all ways to like practice what I preach. So I'm not somebody that can, when you asked if I test things out for my clients,
Hmm.
I I don't think I mean to, but just habitually, maybe I lean that way or just favor that a little bit. So yeah, I have yet to program or put a diet plan or anything together of something I haven't yet tried myself. So
Hmm.
I think it just kind of comes with the territory a little bit. So
Yeah, 100%, 100%. So it looks like the way, I see it too is that you already have kind of done these coaching wise, and you're actually helping out, saying, hey, this works, this is going great, and your clients are having success on it. So that's even more amazing to see. And I like seeing that because the stories are amazing, and then everything you input wise is coming out great. You see on your page or for Instagram for coaching wise and everything, and it's amazing seeing that because a lot of people want to see the how different coaches drive in a certain way.
mhm.
So especially in the morning, there's a lot of coaches on here like Health Performance. Brandon, he trains UFC Iron Gary, and what happens in Man Nunes, and what this is cool is that he wakes up every day at 4 a.m. in the morning. Doesn't matter if he's in Ireland. Doesn't matter if he's in the United States. He's up at 4 a.m. in the morning, and that's his thing because it's himself like you are. It's yourself first, and you're trying to get yourself mentally prepared and mentally ready because you're putting yourself in a position to be successful for the whole day.
Right.
So that's
Yep.
amazing to see that. And I see that success wise, and then when you say that, you wake up for your significant other and you see that and everything, is that's even better because he's pushing you and you're pushing him, and that's amazing to see, and amazing to
Yeah.
hear because a lot of people don't have that luxury, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
to really go above and beyond in that certain way. But a lot of people do too. So it's
Yep.
not just, and it's going to be amazing to see what the future holds because I can't wait to see you get more clients because it's going to be amazing because that's going to drive you into another a level because I always say there's levels to this, right? And then when you
Oh,
get those certain levels in this coaching life, you have to stay grounded, we call it. So I stay
right.
grounded, but you keep the levels high, and that's
Right.
amazing. So I mean, have you noticed as you went along so far that you are reaching different levels with this coaching? Um, and how do you feel about it getting to certain levels in the coaching life?
um, so I definitely do notice. Um, I actually this morning as I was at the gym or whatever, I posted something like a reel or something on Instagram, and I had a coach from another page reach out to me, and I watch his stuff all the time. He's super educated, just like straight, no bullshit, like facts, and he's
Yeah.
one of those people that really strive to learn and like soak up all the knowledge and whatnot. And we were having a conversation about it because he corrected me in my video of like one of the exercises I was doing and kind of being like, you're not really doing anything with that, and explained it. And I was like, thank you. Like that means a lot.
Yeah.
And then we got to talking about how much we like nerd out over podcasts and like to learn and yada yada. And it's true. So I think for me, that's what I love the most is that this process, no matter how much I'm coaching other people, their
Hmm.
their experience always teaches me something or my
Hmm.
experience with them. And then also just the community itself, it all depends on how like far you dive into it, but it's always even outside of the gym, I try to always be growing and learning and like just soaking up all the information and kind of weeding out the bullshit because there's a lot of it. But yeah, I think growing has to constantly be a goal because you it's the only way to be your best self, is to keep
Hmm.
pushing the limits, keep, you know, whether that be in your training or that be just your practice or the things you try, just trying all the things. You're not going to know if they work unless you try it. And I learn best from experience or failed attempts. So I kind of just roll with it.
Yeah, 100%. You have to learn by experience, trial and error, and you got to learn to keep building that up because there's always different ways because you're everybody, a lot of coaches are students, and to have that coach help you out and to actually, that means a lot to you because then they're helping you out to grow and be better, and then you can tell your clients and everything forward. And what's cool is that I want to ask you this too, for time management, how do you keep your time? And do you write everything down? Use your phone a lot more? What do you do to keep this time management on a perfect motion?
Um, so I try. I'm not good at this, but my boyfriend's been one to like definitely help me learn that alarms and like setting reminders are very important. So that's a learning curve for me. That's something I'm really trying to like get on. But I'm just by habit a list person. So just I write a lot of stuff down, and I don't know if it just helps me like feel a little bit better, a little bit less anxious about things, but I feel like if I write it down, it's just better for me. Sometimes I'll use my phone and whatnot. But mostly I'm a paper and pen person, which can be
Hmm.
good and bad. So
No, that's good. That's good because a lot of times that's what I do too. I used to use pepper and pine on one end, and then I'll use a dry erase board, and I'll actually do it on there too. And then I've been doing the phone wise. I've been switching it up here and there, but a lot of times for my podcast, I do use my phone. So if I
oh, yeah.
schedule somebody, I actually come up phone wise, and then so I know. Like a lot of times, I had one time where I have to like I tag you or I tag anybody in the story, let them know, hey, tonight's the night. If they'll message me, hey, I can't do it tonight, or I can do it tonight, or we'll push it off a little bit longer, and it happens, and every day. So it's very nice to see all that and to see exactly how you use it and everything because you got your job, you got the coaching now, and then plus you got the family life, and then you have everything going on, and you're a busy person. So it's very awesome to see that you can actually multitask in different ways too. So that's
Yeah.
amazing. So what I wanted to know one thing. I know you work out. I know you push yourself to the max, but what supplements are you using? And some protein, pre-workout, creatine. Let me, just whatever supplements you're actually
Yeah.
utilizing.
So I don't do so much protein very often anymore as far as like like the supplement. I've never been somebody that can drink a protein shake and be like, yeah, I'm full. I don't know what it is. I have to eat like real food to feel like I've actually ate something. But I used to and kind of still do every once in a while. I made him pancakes for breakfast or for what dinner last night, I think, and used protein powder in those. So they were amazing. But I do use a lot of Axe and Sledge is kind of my
Hmm.
go-to supplement. So I use their creatine. I use oh geez, huh? Oh yeah, grind. Their hydration stuff is so good. Yeah, and like the hydraulic and all that good stuff. I'm not a pre-workout person anymore. I used to be, but I have a lot of gut issues. So we literally take a double shot of espresso every morning and off to the gym. So I stick with the coffee for now. That's another thing he instilled in me too. I tried to resist that for a while, but
I love coffee. Yeah, coffee's
I
great.
do too. Oh man, I drink too much. He said it's good thermogenic.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, Accent Sledge is my go-to supplement company. And for protein, when I would cook with protein, because I used to make a lot
Mhm.
of like baked goods and whatnot, PE Science is my favorite protein. I will
Oh,
have to say.
nice,
Yeah.
nice. No, I watch Chris Bumstead too, and I watch his stuff and everything, and he does his pancakes, and he actually got me on the pancakes. So yeah, the pancakes are awesome. So that's
Yeah.
really cool to see.
Yeah.
And Ag Such has great supplements. I always say that. And they're one of the top supplement companies in the United States of America right now. and worldwide actually too. So they actually have very good pumps. A lot of people have said in past and everything. So it's very good.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of ups and downs in certain ways. So it's cool seeing that and really driving that. So because I want people to know uh, where they can go, what they could take in certain ways, and
Yeah.
how they could take it, and it's really beneficial because I had people talk about 5%. They took 5%, some of their stuff too, and then I had a lot of people talk about C4. They still take C4 because it also comes down to certain people they follow, right? They like certain people they
Right.
follow in that company, and they'll go to
Yeah.
that company, or they got like certain on this area like a lot of people went from 5%, and then what happened to Rich Piana, and they went to jump somewhere else, so
Right.
it's just what you want and what they like too. So that's really
Yeah.
awesome to hear that you utilize the supplements in a positive, great way. And then coffee, I love coffee because it's a very good I call it a holistic way too, because it's
Right.
a pre-workout right off the bat. So I'm Italian, so I like
Yeah.
espressos, so the shots.
Yep.
And I actually have those, so I know you
Yep.
guys are talking about. Those are awesome. Um, and also, I want to ask you, what is the future? What do you want to do and grow for the future of your coaching? How do you want this vision? What do you vision to see this going to?
So I the idea I have in my head, which hopefully, I don't know, I feel like it's just too good to be true to ever get there, but hopefully one day. My ideal lifestyle would be just living out of a little sprinter van or some kind of van on the road, coaching full time, doing my workouts like outside or just in random gyms, like across, the country or wherever we're
Mhm.
at. Um, Definitely doing just kind of training that way. Just training by day or, online, and then traveling around the world, just living life. I want to see
Yeah.
everything, experience everything, and share it with people. So,
No, that's amazing. No, it's amazing because I see a lot of the vans, right? That's a popular thing right now. A lot of people have actually very luxury vans too, just so
yeah.
everybody's aware of that. And a lot of times those vans that people actually use and utilize, you could do it all day long, And a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of people, like you just said, they do a lot of online because a lot of people are nowadays, even with business wise or anything going forward, since 2020 happened with the COVID and everything and the pandemic, a lot of people are doing remote now. A couple of people I
Mhm.
know make very good money. They just do remote. They don't go to like I'm from Chicagoland, so they don't have to go to the downtown Chicago maybe anymore. So they do remote from their house. So it's very
Yeah.
beneficial to do that because I know a lot of people that do 2 days on or yeah 2 days in on remote and then 2 days they have to go in and then the
Right.
rest of the week they're on remote. So
Yeah.
uh, that's be pretty cool because your coaching career is really going to improve even more going forward because I could tell when I look at your Instagram, it's growing, it's getting quicker, and you're just precise about what you do and how you do it, and also in the same time is that your workout videos and the stuff you put on there is amazing because a lot of people are seeing those transformations, and that's what you have to do to keep going.
Yeah.
Uh, and also, I don't know if you know, I follow him a little bit here and there. Matt, his name's Matt. He's with Access. I think he takes Access supplements still, and he has his own coach. He's a coach too. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not sure.
Um, he's a big. He's from Canada. He's from Canada,
Um, okay.
and uh, I watch his stuff and everything else, and he's a very nice guy, very good family and everything, and he does coaching, he does bodybuilding now, but it's very cool seeing him and what he does. So that's another guy I just point out there to you that if you see his page, just so you know, he's very he goes step by step. He's like Michael Heron 2.0 with the steps he does. You know what I mean? So it's very cool to see. And I think so. And also, I want to ask you this: 2024, where do you see um, the coaching wise also for your Instagram page? How do you want to see? Do you want to edit more videos a certain way? Do you want to put more transformations out there? How do you want to do that for your Instagram for people to know that you're the right coach for them?
Really, I feel like I need to get better for sure with the editing or the reels and like stories, all that. I'm honestly like not the best with social media and all that stuff.
Mhm.
So that's a struggle for me. So I think I need to hone in a little bit and just tweak that a little bit to make it, I don't know, more work more in my favor. But
Mhm.
I'm also like my, own worst critic. So I scrutinize everything that I put out there. But yeah, I will always, as I go with my clients and whatnot, any transformations. I mean, the girl that I put up the first post about her transformation from 1 week,
Mhm.
I've been putting hers weekly, and she's just changing like week to week, which is insane to see.
Mhm.
And she's literally just a nutrition client of mine, so it's not even workouts, but I have, tons of transitions that I plan on showing and whatnot. Um, but I want to just, I guess, just kind of do a lot of different things with it. I
Mm.
want to continue to show my workouts and show what I do, but also show the transformations. I think most of all, I want to do a lot more of the knowledge side of it, just kind of getting like the right information out there, um, just letting people know, what like
Mhm.
where to start, and just kind of helping in any way that I can try to get the right information because there's so much wrong information that just seems to spread so much more quickly. So I feel like I just need to do my part more in getting the right info out.
Well, I think to be honest, I looked at your website too. I think your website looks phenomenal. Just
Well,
so you're aware of that. And I think that your testimonies that come in and everything and the breakdown and the comments and everything going on, it shows people that, hey, I'm the real deal, how to do it. So I think that really just bluntly says it out there, because a lot that's what we need. We want somebody that's actually direct, blunt into knowing, hey, I'm not messing around. This is what I give. This is what I'm going to do, and this is what we're going to get at. Either you're in or you're out. One of
yeah,
the two. If they're not in, then we can't work together right now.
yeah,
So when you don't want to get in, let's work together, and that's the biggest thing we need these days. We need coaches to say, hey, I'm not in just for the dollar. I'm in it for the motion that puts you in the right position. There's
yeah,
too many coaches out there right now that are in it just for the dollar, and they'll just do it just for like $200, and that's it.
right,
Like
yeah,
it's not they're not putting their heart into it. You're putting your heart into it, and I could tell with the testimonies and everything going on as you're growing, as you're getting bigger, and that's amazing to see. And that's amazing that I think that women and men should really reach out to you, and they should actually help and see and know that you are the real deal, and you're willing to push them and drive any coach other before. So
yeah,
it's going to be huge, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, and I can't wait to see what happens in the future because I mean 2023 towards the end of 2024, it's going to be big because I will be paying attention to what you're doing, and I'm going to be looking at your page and everything and seeing how everything's going. So it's going to pop up, and I will share a lot of it because a lot of people are always looking at certain stuff I'm posting. I can't keep up with everybody. I keep up.
right. We do what we
Um,
can.
exactly. So again, I'm gonna wrap this up, and I appreciate you for coming on, and I appreciate you for really throwing and being real. Because I like I told everybody else, I look at different people out there and coaches and clients and everything else, and I see who's being real stories from real people with real success and everything, and I see that certain people that do not get that at times need to get that, and say this that your experience and your coach and everything going on is a real thing, and I think people really benefit off of it. So, I mean, I have another coach is another coach. One sec. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Another coach actually is from Pittsburgh, and he actually came on, and when he came on and everything, he had, clients in the gym and everything else and stuff like that. And then he was a little, sometimes, but he's really good. He's really nice and everything, and
Mhm.
he does a lot of certain areas, certain stuff. And what's cool is that like I seen this one lady, and she was a posing coach. She's a bodybuilder, but what's cool is that I didn't know they worked together at the time, and somehow they knew each other and they worked together. And I was like, this is awesome. So it's something like that. Like I could be talking to you, and I'm gonna turn around and probably interview somebody else that they know you, and I didn't even know they knew you, but it's
Right.
great because I'm noticing all that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
um, but again, let everybody know where they can follow you at and your website, and then you got everybody can message you anytime.
Yeah. So my website is fitvalidity.com. And I'm on Instagram mainly at littlefitbit.05. And then Facebook, I think it's Carrie Ann. It's usually looped in with my Instagram, so I kind of forget about Facebook a little bit, but try to post on there too.
No, that's amazing. I appreciate you coming on, and I look forward to seeing your success in the future. And again, anybody out there, make sure she's a real deal as a coach and everything, and she's pushing and driving great people that have real success stories and everything, and make sure to message her because she's willing to go out of her way to help you reach your new journey for longevity. So thank you
Absolutely.
so much, and I
Thank
hope you
you.
have a great night,
You as well.
and I wish you the best of luck.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All
Bye.
right. Bye.